hit y'all with what is it? 2 lives. You know, I decided to hit y'all with 2 lives in one day, man. Let's talk about my life as a content creator, man. My life as a content creator. It has been very, what's the word? Exciting, new. Something that I never thought would be what it's like. Now, you know, there's a lot of people out there that I see that probably want to do content creation or be influencer, and a lot of the time these folks are kind of like they're kind of like hesitant because they don't really know what they would do if they were content creators. And you know, this is kind of to help anyone that's in that boat, but it's like, you know, that's an easy answer. The answer is, what are your hobbies? You know, as people, we all have many hobbies, bro. Like, for little do y'all know, I like to draw. I like to play. You know, I wouldn't say I'm a super gamer, but I used to play games a lot. You know, if you ask me, I think I got a lot of hobbies. You know, so it's just a matter of what you want to showcase online. You know, there's people out there, they're great with their hands. They're great with instructional videos or how to, or DIY, do it yourself, you know what I mean? Or survival. You know, the list is endless. So if you are thinking about embarking on becoming a content creator, influencer, just sit down and think about what hobby you would really like to showcase online. You know, and one of the things about doing this is you gotta come out here being original. You can't come out here trying to steal someone's identity, bro. There's a lot of people that try to do that, but they only go so far. Like, I give you an example. There was a time Designer came out with the song Panda, 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 Panda. And they were like, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It sounded, we all thought that was Future. Bro, it sounded just like Future. We thought that was Future. Little did you know it was not Future, it was somebody named Designer. He got like a little buzz off of that. I'm not gonna lie, but the buzz didn't last that long. Years and years later, Designer is gone and Future is still here. Because the sound that he first came on with it was too much of a copycat of somebody else that already existed. So that same thing applies to doing content, bro. Like, none of y'all can get on here and take off doing the balloon challenge. You feel me? Because there's so many other content creators that have done it. It's not to say you're not going to get an audience off of it. You will, but it won't have a long term, what's the word? It won't last too long, bro. It's going to fizzle out. You feel me? Yo, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. You know, it won't last that long. It's gonna fizzle out. The reason it's gonna fizzle out, like I said, is because that idea has been done multiple times by multiple different folks. So it's not interesting. It's not new. So if you are going to embark on doing content creation, you got to come with fresh new ideas, new ideas that's gonna help you have like your own lane. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with taking ideas, bits and pieces from other people and then recreating that with your content or mixing it with your content. But if you come in just wanting to steal someone else's swag, you're only gonna have a period of a run. You're not gonna be forever. You know, another thing that I see stops people, they always say they don't have the right equipment, bro. I don't know what they need. They might need the Sony 2025 XLR DSL a scope shooter. I'm being funny, obviously, but you already have an iPhone or a Galaxy, bro. You're already in a game. You're already in a game. You don't really need no high tech equipment, and then it's like you're just starting. So why are you even thinking about having the most expensive equipment? You haven't even built the platform yet. So it's like it's like a thing that people use to kind of stop themselves from pursuing this. But it's like all you need is an iPhone. That's what I'm really using for y'all now. I don't have any fancy cameras. Now maybe later when I am successful from this and you know the funds get in touch, then I can go ahead and get one of them fancy cameras. But if you're just starting, you gotta utilize what you have. That's very important. You gotta be able to utilize what you have, you know, because that's how you get the ball rolling. That's how you get going. But most people say they need the best equipment. You don't need the best equipment. You just need your iPhone, or Samsung. You can even record off an iPad. You feel me? So stop blocking pursuing something you want with small excuses. That's like a minor excuse. Another excuse that people always say is they don't have someone to record them. To be honest, you really don't need anyone to record you. I'm hands free. I got my phone propped up. I'm talking to y'all while multitasking, doing other things. I don't need no one to record me. Let's say I want to set up my phone a certain way and be able to walk around and move around and showcase stuff. You just get a tripod. You just got a tripod. So I don't know how many of you guys are really have been thinking about doing this content creation, but I see a lot of people all the time. They're like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I just don't know how it works. If you don't know how any platform works, you can literally YouTube a video to understand. You could YouTube a video on how YouTube works. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. You can YouTube and research anything. The same way you will research tickets or hotels to take a trip, it's the same way you research the app if you're interested. But I mean, this is the prime time for trying to figure out the internet in a sense, doing content, man. Most people, they use certain excuses to hold themselves back. Those excuses don't hold. Because there's many ways, like I said, there's many ways, to where you can literally, what's the word? Eliminate those excuses or preventions. Now, I mentioned originality. I mentioned you don't need the best equipment. What else do you want to know about being a content creator? It's like a different world, bro. It's like first when you start doing it, it's different at first. Everything is different at first. But then the more and more you do it, you start to genuinely like doing this. I'm not just saying that to like motivate you to really go do your video but now you really genuinely start liking doing it. You start liking recording. You start liking the editing process. These are things that you just get a passion for as you do it more, to where it's easier to be consistent. You know what I mean? Some people, they have a hard time struggling with being consistent because they want an instant gratification. That means that person want to just post a video and they trying to have 20 million by tomorrow morning. Like, or they want to just post 5 videos and they need 70 subs, 70K subs by then. That's the only way they want to be consistent. But it's like, it doesn't happen like that all the time. That rarely happens. And sometimes it happens for some people who are lucky, individuals. But when you first start, bro, you gotta really love doing this. Then you start to kind of figure out how to build the platform, and then you stay consistent. And then after staying consistent, you see results. Because I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. When I first started, I didn't even know what was going to happen. I'm gonna be honest. Like geeking over the views. At first when you post the first video, you want to see, yo, this joint went viral, but you gotta understand it's a process, bro. Some people they're just lucky enough to where they just went viral, bro. It just happened. But most content creators, it was a grind. It was a slow grind, consistency, and then it's another fly. I don't know where these boys coming from. I gotta get this one too. But consistency, slow grind, and eventually they was able to reach that level of success. But anyone out there that wants to do content creation, man, it's very exciting. It's fun. You're gonna love it. Of course, people only think about the funds, but that's like the end game. You feel me? That's like the end goal, end game. Similar to getting a championship. Like when you play on a sports team, you play mad games to win a championship. So when you're doing content creator, look at it like that. Okay, I'm putting in the work right now to get a championship, because getting the funds, a lot of it is the championship. But you gotta start first. And most people overthink content, but content is everywhere, bro. Birds, you capture the birds flying. That's nature. You can see a H cat in traffic, track hawk, skirt off, capture that. That's like auto, food. Like it's sports, entertainment. It's content literally everywhere, man. Excuse that fly, man. I just put an AC in the window. I don't know if they getting through there somehow, even though I kind of blocked it off, but I don't like flies in the crib. I gotta get that joint out of here. It just annoys me, bro. You know what I mean? Why they here? Like, you feel me? But other than that, it's like, man, it's exciting, bro. I really like it. Personally, I try to be consistent every day on here as well as many other platforms. But since I've been kind of doing this, I've learned a lot. I've seen results elsewhere, but it's all about keep going, man. You gotta keep going. Anybody out there that's really been considering this, like I've literally debunked every excuse you may have in this video. Even the ones who currently are content creators but are not consistent, is because you want instant gratification, bro. And that doesn't happen all the time. That's rare. That mean that, yo, I post a video today and that joint got 50K by the next day. That's rare. So that's why you stop, but you have to continue to be consistent to get that gratification that you've been wanting, or if you haven't started, you got to start right now. A lot of you guys watch other people content, but you could be making similar content, or if not better, but you tell yourself you can't do it because all the reasons I just listed. No good equipment. You don't know what to post, what your content is. You don't have a person to record you. Those are all excuses, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to start today. Today, Junior. To this week. If you see this video, you must continue posting. If you already got a channel, or if you've been thinking about getting a channel, doing social media, you got to start today, Junior. This week, Junior. You know what I mean?